It is Sunday, February 4th, 2024, and I'm in the midst of completing a last mile delivery opportunity, going to an address that I'd gone to just about 5 days ago, if memory serves me correct. It's been within the last week. And the last time I went there, I nearly got stuck in the mud. I mean, it was very, very close to being stuck in the mud. I called myself, despite noticing there was a 4x4 vehicle off to my right. I thought that, well, maybe I can kind of just gain enough momentum to go through the mud puddle and get over to the dry area. That didn't work, and it took some very careful maneuvering going forward and back to avoid being stuck. The reason why I say the careful maneuvering is because you don't want to burn your transmission in the process, and you don't want to be turning your wheels all the time as well. So as you can see here, I'm having to turn off-road. In fact, in South Carolina, and namely, it's been mostly my experience in Lexington County, where I'm at now. You have a lot of parts of the county in which folk have elected not to have paved roads. They just like it that way. And when I came down here during the week, this main part of the road is about the same. It was dry, but where I had to turn off, first of all, I didn't even see the actual I didn't see the actual street address or the road address. What had happened was I saw one number, and it was the next property beyond. And then when I went to the next number, it was that number was much farther down. So let's say if I had to go to 500, the next number I saw was 510, and then the one after that was like 620. But where I had to go to was 490. So in that case, it was not a good situation. So I'm actually taking you real time down to this drop off where I'm having to go. I will say that I'm not that far away, but it's just that you're going down these dirt roads, and yeah, if you have a 4x4, if you have even if you have a regular pickup truck, a 4x2, you don't want to be. Yeah, I guess if you have a 4x4, you can drive down here any kind of way. Anyway, we're coming up on the actual turnoff into that property. We're not that far away, but I just want to kind of give you a real-time experience of what I dealt with during the week. Oh. All right. So as you can see, there's like some mud, some water, mud, like where that's gathered right here. This is where I'm having to actually turn into. And when I went in here during the week, I had to be very careful how I went about getting in here with the van. In fact, the way I went in facing, but I ended up having to back all the way back out of here because of the mud situation. I figured it was just easier to just back out. And even then, it was not easy backing out of here. As you can tell, this is not a easy drive in, but yet this is what you do sometimes. In fact, right up ahead is where the mud started collecting. So what I'm gonna do now is position myself to turn around and go back out, and then just walk up to the place. Alrighty, I just dropped off that order, and just very minor stuff to bring here. But as you see here, this path here, this is where it was a mud slick, pretty much a mud slick, and I got stuck almost right up in here, calling myself trying to get over to in between the trees, which is not a smart decision. So what I did this time is I used this clearing right here to position my van to where I could turn around and face back out because during the week, as what I'm going to take you heading out of here, I backed all the way out of this thing, and even that, the smartest of decisions, because I almost backed into a tree, calling myself avoiding one tree, but almost backing into another tree. So it's interesting. It's an interesting experience with some of the last mile or even just deliveries that we make in general here in the gig economy. All right, so now I'm taking you out of this, and I mean, it's a little windy. It's a little more graphic coming out than it is going in, but it was a little windy. But imagine backing up your entire way out of here, which is what I did. It's not as easy as it sounds. And then you got this little crown up here, and when I backed out earlier in the week when the ground was wet, a little wetter than what it is now, I had to kind of hit the gas pedal backing out to get over that crown to get to right here. So it's much easier going forward than backwards out, but that's exactly the way I had to go out. This particular order paid $56 and change. The one that I went in during the week paid like $42. So it made me feel as if I was some classic thirsty grabbing shit that really wasn't worth the while. But I just want to take you on the experience of what some of these opportunities are like. That's what it is here in South Carolina. I'm pretty sure you have places like this in your respective markets. So with that, this is yet another segment of the Gig Geezer. If you like the content that's been provided in this segment or in any other segment, hit that subscribe button, give my content a thumbs up, share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below.